Ingram?
Maxon's waiting to talk to you, and I'm not throwing the switch until he gives us the go-ahead.
Dead. Put one more in its head for good measure. Why take the chance?
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be...
Thanks to me, yes.
You mean thanks to you and Proctor Ingram. You may have done. That being said, when we throw that switch, God willing...
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to get inside. Now, once you've entered the... About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr.
That's fortunate.
Yes, it was. Securing useful resources during... That said, after some time, we're fairly certain that her...
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside, if you find out there's a special...
What's this project that needs...
Dr. Lee previously worked on a potent weapon for the Brotherhood of Steel. We'd like her to continue where she... Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that... Just keep your mind... Good luck.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think...
Let's do this.
All right. Head up. The device doesn't work from over there. You have to be on the platform. Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
When are you going to tell me about this mysterious Phase 3?
You know I can't talk about that.
She's been at it for over 2 hours. What is she even testing?
Nothing.
Dr. Lee,
At this point,
You
she's just
again.
doing it for
What
fun.
do you want now? You're obviously here.
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of...
You don't beat around. I knew it was just... I've been looking...
I'm only here with good...
You're giving me your word? I might not agree with... Say what you came...
Are you happy here?
You'd think, being surrounded by... Only problem is, what does that have to do with...
The Brotherhood needs your...
Needs my help. They seem to have everything...
The Brotherhood valued your...
Well, how...
Sure.
Tell me something. Why would I possibly... What reason would I...
Father trusts me, and so should you.
He trusts you because you're family.
The Brotherhood has always been straight with you.
I am getting a bit tired of all this Sometimes I feel like Father isn't... But still,
Your work could be instrumental in...
you're wasting your breath. The Brotherhood desired my creations. I'm not interested.
I wish there was something I could say that would convince you.
You're wasting your... The Brotherhood desire... I'm not interested.
The Institute is deceiving you?
So now you're just gonna hurl baseless accusations. Come on, you can do...
I give up. What would it...
All right, I'll play. I had a colleague down several months ago. I wanted to help. The incident, if you bring...
Sure.
Do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but Dr. Virgil is still alive. I met him myself.
Oh, please. Stop trying to avoid the legwork. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's lab was in the bio... I can give you a code that will get you... I'd tell you to be... And finally, if you get caught, we never had this conversation.
Yes?
Sleep is such a waste of time. I'd rather be designing more efficient plasma emitters.
Yes?
Oh, for goodness sake, I can't find my notes anywhere. Synth unit, you were scheduled for maintenance. SRB was. Anything is-
Have you had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274?
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plans to expand our operations at Warwick. He's eager to get that going, so I've had to put everything else to one side.
I wonder how the Warwick family is doing. Young Wally must be close to 10 years old by now. It's remarkable that any child can survive for so long up there, don't you think?
I try not to think too much of...
Sweet. Nice. Nice. tight. Yes.
Scanner's clear. We have a situation.
That's it. Nice.
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens in the hydroponic garden.
Safety first. Remember that.
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me see what you've got.
Uh-huh. I'm afraid it's bad news.
Since when do you know what I consider bad? Just let me hear it.
This is day 8 of trial 6. The last week has been very productive, but exhausting. I think we'll need a break after this. For good, then. Vinay has done some really marvelous work with the personality mesh. I know what I have a plan. Well, it's It's almost too good. I'll be somewhere safe. The response is now almost identically to expectations.
They
Some of the most lifelike I've
lied
seen.
to me.
Of course,
They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went.
none of his
All
memories
those
were in
years
there.
of loyalty.
That, even now,
For
would be
nothing.
a step too far. It's
Now
starting
you
to
know
have an
that
effect
father
on
is a
me.
liar. He doesn't deserve to have you here.
And I'll never forgive him for it. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to do my research in peace. Father took me in. I became jaded. But now I realize if they lied about Doc, I'll make my way back. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
We're all looking forward to working with you.
If you're looking for ammunition or
I
Elder
received
Maxon?
word that Dr. Lee is returning to us.
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee... She's been under the... Now. I want you to bring it to her immediately.
Right.
Once again.
unless you like getting radiation sickness. I'd stay away from ferals.
Two in the head, and they'll stay dead. Advice to live by.
Heard you got a new assignment.
Oh man, if I'm late for muster one more time, Captain Kelsey's gonna have me
Babysitting
doing
field
100
scribes.
push-ups.
Prestigious.
Beats guard duty. Why? What'd you get?
Vanguard.
You're kidding.
Shipping out into the next rotation. I'll try to leave a couple of super mutants.
Lucky bastard.
Joining our cause was the wisest decision of your life, sister.
Boys and their toys. Ugh.
Don't let anyone catch you standing around. You'll be on report before you can blink.
can't wait to get out of this goddamn heat.
Can't talk right now. Gotta clean the Mirelux scat off my boots.
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After all, I built the device myself.
I have confidence in everything I built, too. But that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully, it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best-case scenario. Before we jump to conclusions, let's see what Quinlan's scribes can get off of it. I'm sure the Institute has all of their data. After that, in the meantime, I've got... So, I bet you...
Whatever it is, I'm sure...
It will. Come on. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. I've spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a Protectron while you're blindfolded. In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're...
No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is.
I wish I had your confidence. Because this is... Now, the bad news is that the first problem...
There's gotta be a way to solve that.
I do all the maintenance on the Prydwen. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to...
Right.
Carry food with you or you'll... The last person that disappeared.
Attention. Bravo 6-4, report to Armor Bay 2. Bravo 6-4 to Armor Bay 2.
I heard that Elder Maxon got a scar on his face from going one-on-one with a Deathclaw.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can...
You promised you'd help us.
You're right. But you neglect... I've been down this... Why would I make...
Because we care what...
You know, if anyone else... But... Coming... Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of...
Nice work bringing Dr. Lee back into the...
I'm looking for some firepower.
All of my...
Lancer Captain Kells is one of the finest officers I've ever had the pleasure of serving under.
In my experience, hot shots and big mouths end up at closed casket funerals.
Decrypt that intel you recovered from the Institute. We'll know a lot more about them.
Have you ever fired a minigun? Shoes through barrels of paper.
Proctor Ingram?
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Yeah. Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with worse. Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the aggravation. We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure. Anything you need.
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. We're gonna have to rip those. What we need you to...
Now that you know what the actuators are, these are the plans and the material.
Now, before you get that look, the only thing we need, according to Proctor, we've already sent out...
Once you start building, good luck.
Now that we have intelligence on the Institute, we can use it against them to gain the upper hand.